What's up, YouTube family? Tony Swedberg here, and we're talking about my first month in car sales. Great month. I'm gonna just get that out of the way. I got third place, and this is my first month. So my first week, almost 10 days, no traffic. Really just trying to get my pipeline full, spending most of the days in the office. It's always like this. It's always a grind at first, but as long as you're calling people, you're grabbing phone ups, after you're making as many calls as you possibly can, or until you get sick of it, then you go stand at the door around that lunchtime, after work time, from that 3 o'clock to 7 o'clock or whatever prime time is for people to walk in at that store. You can ask somebody, they'll tell you. That's how I got my clientele, right? I'm not gonna say I did some crazy thing. What I did is I got people. Once I found people, I took as best care of these people as you possibly could do, as I possibly could do. I mean, I really catered to them, got back to them with every little thing as quickly as possible, stopped what I was doing, and just really catered to these people. And that's how I was able to sell, I would say 75% of the people that walked in. 25% left for whatever reason it might be. Maybe they didn't have the funds, they didn't have they didn't realize it's going to be $2,000 a month if you want a GLE coupe, right? Mercedes. So a lot of, there's people who are just like sticker shock that had to process it, right? But most of our clientele in this area has a lot of money. So where you pick a dealership matters. And then also pick a dealership. I just did a session with somebody, and I told this person, work at a place that you could see yourself working at for the next 15, 20 years, 10 years, 5 years, and you're going to be pretty happy. And that's where I'm at now. I have Sundays off and Tuesdays off. I have a 4-day stretch, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I really grind it out. And, between Sunday and Tuesday, I have a Monday where I make phone calls and set up my week. So it works out perfect. A 5-day-a-week job, working 45 hours a week, and really don't stay late at this place either. So it's a great place to work. And I think I made a good check. I think I made about, if I had to guess, I'm safe to say I made about 13 to 14,000. I would think that's pretty comfortable to say. And I got third place. So you can see there's room for growth. I think that I'm going to be number one in the store. I just need to stay focused, which is very important. Really take care of my clientele, follow up with them. Always clean my organizer. Most important thing, reach out to people, birthday calls, organizer. I already had my first call that somebody said, my neighbor got a car from you, and they said you could help us. So that should be a deal today. And already getting referrals after your first month is pretty amazing. That their neighbor saw their car and talked to them or whatever and sent me somebody. So really appreciate that person. But it really just breaks down to taking care of people and really just trying to help people, listen to people, make a friend, and, be somebody who listens. Ask questions, really want to understand the person in front of you is going to help you more than you could ever believe. All this sales training and stuff, that stuff is great if it's the right sales training stuff, like it actually makes sense, but you got to study a customer. That's how you get good at sales. You don't get good at sales by saying the same rebuttal every time somebody says something. Now, sometimes that stuff works, but you got to know when to use it. You got to have sales psychology. So getting good at closing is very important. And then just really taking care of people, following up with people, knowing your inventory. When a car comes in that a customer wants that you didn't have a week ago, you got to recognize that, oh, this BMW 8 Series came in, 7 Series, whatever series, this guy was actually talking about looking at that. So you reach out to that person and say, hey, we just took this in, I texted you the link, what do you think about it? We got a great deal on it. We took it in. It didn't need much work done. All we did was an oil change, but we did a full inspection. Car's pristine, no accidents, one owner. Build your value. Tell them it's a great car, whatever, however you do it. And that's it, man. And that's how you do it. You keep, sometimes I go through my organizer with people, and there might be somebody where there's no need to call them. So rather than bother them again with no new information, I just move them on to Monday or something. And then Monday I check my inventory. Oh, we do have something I can, that is worth calling them. So that's the only reason. I only call people if I got a reason to call them. If I'm not sure if I should call them, I call them then. So that's really the tips of the day so far. But I had a great month, 13, 14,000. You can't, I got all my bills down. As you guys can see, there's a lot of road noise, okay? I'm in a Honda, but, I bought this car cash for like 8-9 grand, so don't have a car payment anymore. I probably knocked like $3,000 off my bills minimum. So life is peaceful. I'm planning a cruise at the end of the year. This new job will let me take off pretty much whenever I want, as long as I don't abuse it. There's people who take a whole month off during the slow season, maybe 2 months, and they're allowed to do that, which is cool. It's a store that recognizes when you have 22, 23 salespeople, whatever it is. It's okay. It's okay for a sales guy to take off, right? For a week. Nobody's gonna, store's not gonna implode, right? So I'm at a good place. I like it so much, I'm even gonna put some money in my 401k and max that out. Get my future, set up my future. In my 20s, I took a lot of shots, you guys. I mean, I must have started 10, 15 companies, had some smart people in my life, took a lot of risks. But now in my 30s, I'm gonna, we're running out of, I wouldn't say we're running out of time, right? Because if you want any effect from compound interest, you're gonna have to start investing at least in your 30s. Get the stupidity out in your 20s. Now, if you want to take the safe route, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You start investing in your 401k, you work from 20 to like 50, 55. You take care of your body. You're working out, you're in good shape. Your boy's jacked. I'm pretty jacked right now. But feeling good. Stretching, lifting, cardio, eating right, not doing any bad things, sober completely. So, doing good. At 55, I'm going to have a lot of life left in me. I might be in better shape than I am now. I will be. And I'll still be posting these videos. But what I'm saying is, invest in that 401k. It's money that just automatically comes out. And, you're going to really thank yourself in the future, man. And you're not going to leave a place ever and say, I have nothing to show for it. You think about all the jobs you had, and if you would have been investing, 10% of your check every month, you'd be a little racked up, man. You might have 6 figures if you're, if you're 28, if you're 30 and you started when you're 20, right? So that's what I'm saying, man. That makes you'd be proud of yourself, of your discipline and stuff. And, you'd be doing a lot better than a lot of other people, and you'd have a little bit more confidence and stability, and your relationship, you wouldn't be fighting over money. When you do smart stuff, life is a little bit more simple.